1. Introduction. The health of a country's leader is important to many people. A president has a very big and difficult job. They make important decisions every day. These decisions affect many lives inside the country and around the world. People want to know if their leader is well enough to do this job properly. They hope the leader has the physical energy and mental sharpness needed. Thinking about a leader's health is not a new idea. It has been a topic for a long time. People often look for information about how healthy their leaders are. This book looks at the health of Donald Trump. He was the 45th President of the United States. During his time in politics, he often talked about his own health. He frequently said that he felt very strong. He also mentioned he had a lot of energy, maybe more than others. He sometimes compared his energy levels to other people. He seemed proud of how strong and active he felt. These comments about his health were part of his public talks. Donald Trump was president from January 2017 to January 2021. Before politics, he was a businessman and a television person. After leaving office, he became a candidate for president again. During his time as president and when he was running for office, his health was often discussed. People asked questions about his fitness for the job. News reports sometimes focused on his health or his checkups. This book will look at what Donald Trump said about his health. It will also look at the information given by his doctors. We will try to present this information in a neutral way. This means we plan to show information without saying one view is right or wrong. The goal is to give a clear picture based on public information. We will look at his own words and the official medical reports. We want readers to understand what was said and reported about his condition. In the next chapters, we will explore different parts of this topic. We will look at the regular doctor visits that presidents have. We will see more examples of how Donald Trump described his health. We will examine details from his doctor's reports, like weight or heart health. We will discuss the thinking tests he took and talked about. We will also look at how the news and the public talked about his health. Finally, we will think about the connection between health and leadership in politics. This introduction starts our look into the discussion about Donald Trump's health. 2. Doctor visits. Leaders of countries, like presidents, often need to see doctors regularly. This is important because being president is a very busy and difficult job. Good health can help a leader do their work well. These visits are usually called physical exams or checkups. These doctor visits are usually planned ahead of time. They are a normal part of being president. Many presidents in the United States go to a special hospital for these checkups. This hospital is called Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. It is a place with many good doctors and modern equipment. Presidents can get careful health checks there. Going to this hospital for checkups is common for presidents. People in the country are often interested in the president's health. They want to know if their leader is healthy enough to make important decisions every day. The president's health can affect the whole country. Because of this, information about these doctor visits is often shared with everyone. The White House usually releases some details from the checkup after the president agrees. A presidential physical exam is usually very complete. It often happens once a year and is called an annual physical examination. One main doctor, sometimes called the physician to the president, often leads the exam. This doctor performs the checkup and also supervises it carefully. Sometimes the president sees many other doctors too. These are specialists who know a lot about specific parts of the body, like the heart or eyes. Seeing many specialists helps make sure everything is checked carefully. For instance, one report mentioned consultations with about 14 different experts. During the exam, doctors do many kinds of tests. They check basic things like height and weight. They check vital statistics, which are important numbers about the body's health. They also do laboratory tests, which might check blood samples. Doctors look closely at the president's eyes, ears, nose, and throat. They listen carefully to the heart and lungs using special tools. They might do scans, like a chest scan, to look inside the body for any problems. Tests check things like vision and hearing. The goal is to get a full picture of the president's health. After the checkup is finished, the main doctor writes a report. The president usually gives permission to share some information from this report with the public. This helps people understand the president's health condition. This sharing of information is seen by many as important for transparency, meaning being open about things. The doctor often gives a summary statement. This summary might say if the president is healthy enough to do the job. For example, a doctor might state that the president is fully fit to lead. These yearly checkups and reports are a standard part of being president. 3. How he feels. Donald Trump often spoke about how he felt physically. He liked to tell people, including reporters and crowds, that he was healthy and strong. When he was president, and also when he was running for president, he talked about his health many times. He wanted people to know he felt good and capable. He made his feeling of wellness part of his public image. He frequently used positive words like strong, perfect, and great to describe his physical condition. He said he had a lot of energy, maybe more than other people. This energy, he explained, was very important for doing the demanding job of president. He often mentioned his busy schedule with travel and many events. He suggested that only someone with much personal energy could manage such work. He wanted to show he had the power needed to lead the country. People were interested in his daily habits, including his diet. He was known to enjoy fast food meals. He sometimes mentioned eating hamburgers and drinking diet sodas. When talking about exercise, he most often spoke about playing golf. Golf seemed to be his main way of being physically active. He did not often talk about other exercise routines like running or going to a gym. He preferred golf for his recreation and activity. Mr. Trump sometimes compared his own health and energy levels to other politicians, especially rivals. He liked to suggest he was fitter or had more energy than them. He often talked about his ability to keep going without rest during long political campaigns. He used the word stamina quite frequently. Stamina means having enough energy to do something difficult for a long time without getting too tired. For Mr. Trump, having good stamina was very important for leadership. He believed a leader needed to show strength and high energy. He connected feeling good physically with being able to do the job well. He often repeated that he felt well and was ready for challenges. He said he was in very good shape overall. He wanted the public to see him as a person with great energy and good health, prepared for the difficult tasks of being president. This message about his personal feeling of strength was something he shared often. 4. What the doctor said. When Mr. Trump served as president, doctors checked his health regularly. After these medical checkups, the doctors prepared official reports. These reports contained details about his physical condition. The White House then shared parts of these reports with everyone. Many people wanted to read what the doctors said about the president's health. These important checkups usually took place at a large military hospital, Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. This is where presidents often go for medical care. The medical reports included basic health details. They listed measurements like Mr. Trump's height and his weight. They also gave his blood pressure numbers. A report from 2020, during his presidency, showed that his weight was close to the level doctors call obesity. The reports also gave information about his heart's health. Doctors performed special tests to make sure his heart was working well. Mr. Trump confirmed he had tests done on his heart during these checkups. The doctors performed very complete exams. They checked many different parts of his body carefully. For example, they looked closely at his eyes. The reports mentioned that he had eye surgery for cataracts in the past. This is a common surgery, especially as people get older. His eyesight itself was also tested. The doctors examined his head, ears, nose, and throat area as well. They checked his hearing, and the report said it was normal. His thyroid gland, located in the neck, was also checked and reported as normal. The health reports also talked about other tests that were done. Doctors listened carefully to his lungs during the examination. They reported that his lungs sounded clear. Special pictures, like scans of his chest, were taken. These scans did not show any signs of problems or illness. The doctors also checked important blood vessels, the arteries in his neck. They used a machine called an ultrasound for this test. The results showed these arteries were normal. These yearly physical exams were very thorough. Sometimes, as many as 14 different medical specialists helped with the examination. Finally, after finishing all the different tests and checks, the president's main doctor wrote a summary. This summary explained the doctor's overall view of Mr. Trump's health. In the reports made public while he was president, the doctor usually stated that Mr. Trump was in good overall health. The doctor concluded that he was healthy enough, or fit, to perform all the duties of the president. One report also included a note from the doctor saying Mr. Trump maintained an active lifestyle. These official medical reports provided a picture of his physical health during his time in office. 5. Thinking tests. Sometimes doctors check how well a person's brain works. These checks are often called thinking tests. Some people call them cognitive tests. These tests are different from checks on the body, like blood pressure tests or heart checks. Thinking tests look at different brain skills. For example, they can check a person's memory. They can also see how well someone pays attention. Another part might test problem-solving skills. Doctors use these tests to see if someone's thinking is clear and sharp. Donald Trump said that he took a thinking test. He talked about this test when he spoke about his health checks. He said he took it when he visited the doctor for his examination. Mr. Trump said he performed very well on the test. He told reporters he got every answer right. He seemed happy with how he did on this thinking test. He mentioned taking the test more than one time and said he never made a mistake. Why did he take this test? And why did he talk so much about it? Thinking tests are not usually part of the standard health check for a president. Mr. Trump explained that he wanted to show everyone his mind was strong and sharp. He felt it was important for the public to know he passed it easily. He also talked about other political leaders. Mr. Trump said that his rival, Joe Biden, refused to take the test. He said the same thing about Kamala Harris. He presented himself as someone ready to prove his mental ability, suggesting others were not. He stated that American people want leaders to take these tests. He called the test a pretty well-known test. Thinking tests like this often have different small tasks. People might need to remember a short list of words. They might draw a picture of a clock, or they might need to name as many animals as they can in 1 minute. These tasks help show how well the brain works for everyday thinking. Being able to think clearly is very important for any leader, especially a president. Presidents need to make many big decisions. They need to understand difficult problems. When Mr. Trump talked about passing the test, he was likely showing people he believed he was mentally ready for the hard work of being president. This focus on mental fitness became part of the discussion about his health. 6. What people think. When information about the president's health came out, many people paid attention. News reporters on television, in newspapers, and online talked about the doctor's reports. They explained the details that were shared with the public. For example, they might discuss the doctor's summary about the president being fit for the job. News stories often included comments from medical experts. These experts helped people understand the information. The media watched closely what the White House said and how the president described his own health. People in the country had different ideas about the president's health. Some listened to the news and felt sure he was healthy enough to lead. They trusted the official reports from the doctors. They pointed to times the president seemed energetic. These people often felt that worries about his health were not important or were used for political reasons. They believed he was strong and ready for the job. Other people had more questions or concerns. They sometimes felt that the reports did not tell the whole story. Maybe they thought more details should be shared. Some people worried about the president's age or lifestyle habits they heard about. They discussed if he was truly as healthy as he or his doctors said. These different opinions were heard in conversations, on social media, and in letters to newspapers. It showed that people cared about the leader's condition but did not always agree. A leader's health is often big news. The job of president is very difficult and stressful. It requires good physical and mental energy. People want to know if their leader can handle the pressure and make good decisions. That is why doctor checkups and health reports become important news events. News organizations report on this because they know the public is interested. This interest leads to discussions about how much information should be public. This is called transparency. Some believe presidents should share almost everything about their health. They feel the public needs to know all the facts. Others think presidents deserve some privacy, like any citizen. They argue that only health issues affecting the job should be shared. Finding the right amount of information to share is often part of the public conversation. People discussed if the level of detail given was enough to really understand the president's health. 7. Health and leading. Many people believe that a leader should look healthy and strong. When someone leads a country, their health can seem important. People often connect good health with the energy needed to do a difficult job like being president. A leader who looks unwell might worry people. They might ask if the leader is strong enough for the job. Donald Trump often spoke about feeling strong. He told people he had a lot of energy, more than others. He used this idea in his politics. By saying he was very healthy and had great stamina, he presented an image of a powerful leader. This image suggested he was ready for the hard work of being president. He wanted people to see him as active and capable. Talking about his health was part of showing his strength as a leader. He linked his feeling of fitness directly to his ability to lead the country effectively. Looking at past presidents, the view of their health has sometimes been different. For some presidents, information about their health problems was kept private. People did not always know if a leader was sick. For others, health became a very big public topic. Sometimes voters worried if a candidate was too old or not healthy enough. The idea that a president should look healthy is not new, but how much people focus on it can change. Today, news travels very fast and images are everywhere. This makes a leader's appearance more visible. How a leader looks and acts is often important in politics. This is called their image. A leader's image includes many things like how they speak, how they dress, and also how healthy they seem. If a leader looks energetic and strong, it can help their image. It can make people feel confident in their ability to lead. Health, or at least looking healthy, has become part of the picture people have of a strong leader. It suggests they can handle pressure and make good decisions. So, there is often a link between health and how people see a leader. Showing strength and good health can be a tool in politics. It helps build an image of a capable person ready to be in charge. This connection between health and leadership is something many people think about when they look at their leaders. 8. Still feeling strong. We have looked at different parts of Donald Trump's health story. We saw how presidents often visit doctors for checkups. We also looked at the information shared about Mr. Trump's health when he was president and after. Throughout his time in politics, Donald Trump often talked about his own health. He frequently said he felt strong and had a lot of energy. He told people he had great stamina, which means he could keep going for a long time without getting tired. This idea of being strong was important to him. Doctors gave reports about his health during his presidency. These reports included details like his weight, height, and results from some medical tests. For example, doctors checked things like his heart and blood pressure. The doctors usually said he was healthy enough to do the job of president. After leaving the presidency, he continued to have checkups. For instance, he had a physical examination in April 2025. His doctor at that time also said he was fit for his duties. Mr. Trump also spoke about taking thinking tests called cognitive tests. He said he passed these tests easily and got all the answers right. He believed these tests showed his mind was sharp. He sometimes compared his results to other political leaders, suggesting these tests were important for proving a leader's ability. He felt it was important for people to know he did well on these tests. How Mr. Trump talked about his health connects to how people see leaders. Looking healthy and energetic can make a leader seem strong. Mr. Trump used this idea often. He presented himself as someone full of power and ready for challenges. This image was a key part of his connection with his supporters. The discussion about a leader's health is not new. People often wonder how much they should know. Should all health details be shared, or should some information stay private? There are different opinions about this. Some people want full transparency, meaning they want to know everything. Others think leaders should have some privacy about their health. In summary, Donald Trump consistently focused on his strength and fitness. He often told the public he felt strong and capable. His doctor's reports generally described him as fit for office. The question of how much health information the public needs about their leaders continues to be discussed. Health, and how it is shown to the public, remains an important topic in politics.